This article on the flipping O2 outage really made me laugh. Hopefully I can find it on here. Where is it? O2. Yeah, there we go. O2 compensation for customers of outages. Imagine complaining about. Imagine being a grown ass man and complaining that your O2 internet went out for, I don't know, what was it, 12 hours. What do you want? How are they meant to calculate that? I guess if you're like a business and you got a business account, what are you gonna say? What, that they should give you a free month because it went out for 12 hours? Huh? What? I don't know. Maybe because I've worked in service industry jobs where people come in and complain about something that went wrong with their shoe or a piece of item of clothing they bought, and then you try and give them a like for like replacement, but then they want more because they've been inconvenienced. Like, what are you talking about? Sometimes things go wrong, and I'm doing you a service by admitting that we done a bit of a boo boo and replacing that shoe that you bought that the sole fell off with the shoe that with any shoe of that same value, and hopefully the shoe doesn't, the sole doesn't fall off. What more do you want? Laces? What? Socks? What? So, it's strange. I don't know how they're going to compensate that. But anyway, this article made me laugh just because, you know, I'm just trying to picture a person emailing O2 and complaining about their internet going off without internet. I guess you do it when internet comes on, but it's like, all right, cool. Now you got the internet on. What do you do? What do you say? How, like, what? It's just like, yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand. Me not understand. But anyway, let's see. So, O2 disruption. Some BBC News. O2 disruption. Operator offers a compensation over outage. Mobile phone operator O2 has said it will compensate its customers following a day of disruption. Customers with a monthly subscription will be refunded the cost of 2 days service by the end of January. Pay-as-you-go customers will get 10% extra when they top up their phone in the new year, or 10% off when they buy data for a broadband service. It's like, I don't even know why they bother doing that. Why are you even bothering doing that? The internet went down. All right, cool. It's up now, isn't it? Like, use it. Shut up. On Thursday, O2 issued a joint apology. Everyone's apologizing. Kevin Hart's apologizing. Leonard Dunham's apologizing again. These apologies, man. Like, I'm fed up with apologies, man. I want someone just to like stop apologizing. Just stop. Everyone just stop apologizing. I made a mistake. Get over it. Like, that's it. The compensation for customers on monthly subscriptions includes small businesses and mobile broadband users. Business customers are advised to contact their O2 corporate account manager to discuss compensation. Like, what the fuck? Who does that? Who does that? Like, who goes through with that? Yeah. Anytime someone's asked, anytime someone's told me to contact customer service to, you know, sort out an issue that I'm having with a service, I say, yeah, I'll do that. And I don't do it. Sometimes someone will write down an email for me, give me a card. I'm not going to do it. I'll just leave it. I'll just take the L. That's it. I take the L. I don't go home and write a review and complain. I don't go home and criticize. I don't do it. I just will vote with my feet. It's the same with like shows I don't like. If I don't like a show, I'm just not going to mention it. I'm just not going to talk about it. I'm not going to go and spoil everyone's fun when everyone's, you know, people that do that stuff. It's like, there's a couple people that I follow on social media just because I like to, like, you know, I want to. The whole like surround yourself with positivity thing is a bit stupid. You live in a real world, right? You have to be able to maneuver in a world full of people who see their glass as half empty all the time. I think it's good because it allows you to put your own thing in perspective and be able to like know how to like exist in that kind of environment. Because I remember there was a time in my life where I tried to always be the positive influence in the group or the positive influence in the space, right? And sometimes it can rub people out the wrong way. It can come to, it's like, because sometimes come across a bit disingenuous, and it also come across like you think you're better than them, right? Don't worry about that, man. I don't even want to get emotional about this thing, man. You should be more like me. But it's like, no, that's condescending because they should not be more like you. Why? I mean, because they're them, right? Wherever it is, right? So, I think it's also a good cheat tactic to do that is to follow people on social media who you probably won't talk to in real life. It sounds counterintuitive, I know, but I think there's something really good. There's something of value that I get from it. For instance, like I follow some raging feminists on social, right? who are always talking about the patriarchy and power dominances and intersectionality and just all the buzzwords, right? All the SJW buzzwords, they're always throwing them out every single day. It's like they're fighting some online war that only them and their group of friends know exists. Because most of these things that we think are big stories on the internet, if you don't have the internet or you're not as obsessed with stuff going on in the digital space, you have no idea what's happening. And even if you're on a digital space, it's like we all live in these little siloed communities, don't we? Even on the internet, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on your iMessage, on your WhatsApp, we live in these siloed communities. So we only know what we know based on the people that we're friends with or the things that we follow. So sometimes you just don't know things because you just don't know. But I like to follow people that I wouldn't necessarily hang around with on social, because you get those kind of people that are always complaining, right? Or that always have something snarky to say about something. Like the other day I saw for some guy I follow on social, like, oh, is anyone bored of those Spotify graphics yet? It's like, shut the fuck up, man. They happen every year. Spotify sends you a little roundup of the stuff that you listen to. It's quite cool. I don't mind it. I think it's quite nice to see the numbers that rolling up, the little Rolodex. I think whoever handles the design of that knows what they're doing. There's something really satisfying about seeing the amount of things listened to, minutes, and all that sort of malarkey. You can sort of like gauge the artists that you liked in a year, blah, 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 blah. It's quite nice. And it's a little graphic that you can share on your socials. They've even plugged in the shareability at the end of the slideshow. You can share it on all your social media channels. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Some of the artists that upload their music on Spotify are also using it as opportunities to thank fans, and it's also maybe a good way for them to kind of, I'm assuming on the artist side, they get to see where the most streams are coming from in terms of location around the world. So it must be interesting for a kid in fucking New Jersey to find out actually his biggest audience is in the Philippines, right? It's quite cool. Like, no problem. But, you know, there's always that one person on social like, oh, is anyone bothered with the graphics yet? It's like, shut the fuck up. Honestly. But that person's the same person that's going to complain to the O2 about those things. So sometimes I like following that just to kind of, you know, just to kind of gauge the temperature, you know, and just also be aware that that person exists. Because sometimes I live in my head like, oh my god, people, I don't know how people could do that. It's very easy. People do that stuff all the time. People are we're all psychos at the end of the day, Jimmy. That's what we are. We're all bloody psychos. Anyway, this article continues. O2 has over 25 million users. Imagine trying to make sure a network that has 25 million users doesn't go down from time to time. Like, God almighty. And also provide services for Sky, Tesco, and giffgaff. And like mobile networks, which have another 7 million users. So that's a lot of users. That's 32 million. Jesus Christ. Services such as the bus terminal information are also affected, while many... Oh, I didn't know that. Bloody hell, O2 is plugged in, innit? So do you think those bus terminal... Oh... Do you know the O2 Wi-Fi that you get on the streets? Do you think those bus terminals have Wi-Fi routers built into them? That's crazy, isn't it? They don't usually work though, do they? They're not that great. I remember I did buy a parcel of them once. They don't work that well. Sort of like that street Wi-Fi people have, in it. But I guess if you have a contract, you never probably use those kind of things. Yeah. How are people affected? Here are the complaints. Look at these. Look. And they're all men as well. Jesus Christ. Because I don't know, guys don't usually whinge like that, do they? Or do they whinge like that? I don't know if it's a guy's thing. But I guess if you've got a business, it doesn't really matter, does it? But yeah, Jesus Christ. Imagine that. Imagine your dad doing this. Like going on TV and complaining that his network went down. And it's weird, isn't it? It's all adults too. It's not kids. All these kids gotta get off their phones, man. They gotta experience the world, live outside. Be, back in my day. Look, they're all over 35. It's nuts, isn't it? None of those guys could pass for a teenager. None of them, right? It's like, it's crazy, isn't it? They're complaining about kids being on their phones a lot, but who are the people crying, bitching and moaning on social media that their O2 went down? All the adults who can't get out all their fucking woke tweets, innit? Anyway, it says here, Luke Stagg runs a plumbing business. Luke Stagg. You can't get a more plumber name than Luke Stagg, innit? Luke Stagg. That's like someone I went to school with, innit? Like James Murphy, right? James Smith, right? Everyone always knew their surnames. Mum owned a fish and chip shop. Dad was a black cab driver. He had all the tracksuits. I mean, like, mad. He used to, those kind of kids in school that used to bring like when you're in school and the first, when you're poor, the first time you see a £50 note, you think it's fake. That's what happened to me in school. When one boy at a trip in school bought a £50 note, like he had it as part. He had much more money than that in his hand, and he showed me it, and I thought it was fake. I thought it was like domino money. I didn't know that, you know, when you don't know the value of something, you're just touching it anyhow. Hey, that's £50. What's it? I think my reply was like, "What's £50?" Imagine saying that. What's money? Money? What's that? You've been used to fucking trading in pebbles this whole time. Money? Wow. Yeah. Luke Stagg. Anyway, so let's continue the article. Luke Stagg runs a plumbing business and depends on his phone, but could not get through to customers or use his sat nav, which I guess is a lot in it, because could you ring someone? No, you couldn't. No, you couldn't ring. The whole network was down. Then the non-use of sat nav would be annoying too if you're a plumber, because it's not like you're being a black cab driver, is it? You need to get to. You don't necessarily know the routes that you're gonna go on, because you know you're in the service business, and you're not working within just one location. You work all over the place when you're a plumber, so you probably do need sat nav. But I guess if you've got stuff like what's that old school sat nav people used to use? Fuck, the one that's in a not, because I know people now just use their maps, whatever they have on their phone, or if you live in America, you use that app called Waze. But there was another thing. Got the name of it. See what happens when technology takes over. You even forget the names of other technologies that happened previously, or that were previous to you, or that meant so much to you. I remember I used to love my MySpace updates, and now I just don't think about that shit at all. From time to time, I do wonder what Tom from MySpace is doing, but I'm sure he cashed out, so he's fine. He said he would never know how many jobs he'd missed out during the first day. I would never know. You would also never know how many jobs you missed out if you had a cold, Luke Stagg. Grow up. In addition, he could not contact those he's supposed to be visiting, and his day was wasted. I'm 36 years old, so I know how to use a map, but I couldn't make calls. So he could get there, but he couldn't let them know that he was in front of the door. Can't you ring the doorbell? Can't you knock? Luke Stagg? Like, what? Mine was not a proper emergency, but there was a wider point. I want to know what happens if it went down for even longer. So you're not complaining, but you're complaining. Oh, that classic one, isn't it? That's mad, isn't it? So he's not bothered, but he's bothered. That's basically it, isn't it? He's basically bothered, not bothered. Okay. All right, Luke Stagg. I get you, man. He said when he lost data coverage on previous occasions, he was offered vouchers to use an O2 shop. However, he was not impressed with the offer. What more do you want? If the service goes out for a day or 12 hours and I give you a voucher, what more do you want? How else are we meant to quantify this? How do we break this down? How do we sum up your loss of earnings? And are they solely my loss of earnings? Should you not have should Luke Stagg not have what do you call it? Contingency plan in place just in case his phone line goes down, or in case his van breaks down, or in case he forgets his toolbox? Shouldn't there be a contingency plan in there? Like, what the fuck is this about? Adults, man. These are adults that complain about this, not kids with or millennials. No, it's the adults that are crying about this. And the article continues about people whinging. But what's the problem here? Ericsson president Björg Ekholm said an initial root cause analysis had indicated that the main issue was expired certificate in the software versions installed at their customers. I imagine that. It's always these things you overlook, innit? Someone forgot to update software and everyone's network goes down, right? It's like the company MasterCard was expired and somebody forgot to update the card details, so they couldn't update the payment. And whoever main email those like, hey, we tried to charge your account and it didn't go through. Emails goes through. It didn't. No one checks that email address because it's probably got a fucking a billion emails in the inbox and probably auto deletes every single